collectors, and welcome to Long's Toys. Today we are taking a look at DX Earth Garon from Ultraman Blazar. So I know this one came out a little bit ago and I'm a little behind on some of my Ultraman stuff, but I was actually at NYCC this past weekend and I got to watch the live, I think they called it Ultraman Spectacle, and it was just kind of a live stage show, and it was really cool. I'll try to put a couple stills in here, but just a great time. They had, you know, Ultraman Blazar and Earth Garon, the two suits, come out and have a giant fight, and it was really cool. And I thought to myself, I need to get back into Ultraman Blazar. I've gotten a little bit behind, so I need to get back on it, and I have a couple other things like sitting in my HLJ private warehouse that I got to ship and get going here. But very excited to take a look at this one. I think this is pretty cool. You know, it's a larger figure, should scale with your Ultra Action figures. It's got lights and sounds and everything like that, so I think this should be pretty cool. You can see it featured very prominently here on the front of the packaging, as well as Ultraman Blazar over here. Just shows him squaring off with some of the monsters. I haven't really bought any of the, like, the monsters, the vinyls, because they've been a little bit pricier than usual. Some of them have, like, limited action features, but for the most part, they're just kind of, like, slightly upscaled vinyls. But I did buy one, and I'll tell you in a minute why. So you can see here we have the lights mostly in the head, and then of course we have sounds over here on the back, just showing some of the posability, and again the lights and sounds. Now you may be noticing that he is missing the cannons on his back. He doesn't get them initially. So what happens is a few episodes in, and I am a lot of episodes behind at this point, but a few episodes in, they fight a monster, and he gets like a version 2 upgrade where he has these great shoulder cannons. So what they did was they included the shoulder cannon attachment with one of the like deluxe kaiju monster vinyls. So I just bought that one so I could get the extra pieces to clip on here. And the way it works is once you can clip on the backpack piece, you actually unlock new sounds. So when that one comes in, I will review that one, and then I'll bring Earth Garon back and get the extra sounds out of it. So for now, we'll just take a look at him with what he can do on his own. So packaging, pretty standard, just some nice product shots. Down here, the batteries are included, which is always appreciated. Otherwise, not really much going on here. So I'm going to go ahead, get him out of the box, and we'll take a closer look. Here is Earth Garon out of the packaging. I think he looks pretty great. I think they did a nice job with this. A lot of nice detail here. Now, a lot of the different colors are done with different colored plastic, but there is a little bit of paint here, mostly on the shoulders, and a little bit here on the thighs, and a little bit here on kind of the tip of his nose. The head, I think, looks absolutely fantastic. Really great job there. The eyes do light up, which we'll see in a moment. Of course, you can open his mouth, and he's got an LED here inside his mouth, so you can replicate his beam attacks and things like that. So really nice range of motion there. You can open the mouth really wide, close it. You have a ball joint here for the head, so there's a nice range of motion, spin side to side. Now he's got this piece here on the side that can also kind of swivel, and I don't know why he doesn't have one on this side. I guess that's just how he's designed, a little asymmetrically there. You'd think there would be movement here at the base of the neck, but I don't think there is. You have a nice hinge here in the shoulder, as well as a rotation. So you can see it's kind of a ball joint, but it's a little limited because of the shoulder pads. Now my shoulder pads keep trying to pop off, and it's just kind of like a peg, and then they just have like a circle piece here on the thing that just clips over the peg. So you can move them a little bit, and if you would pop it off, it's very simple to pop it back on. You do have a bicep swivel, as well as a 90-degree bend in the elbow. You have a wrist swivel, and I think the hands are on kind of a ball joint, because you can see they kind of move around there a little bit. Nothing in the waist, because that's where the speaker is, and this is the button to activate the sounds. Really nice ball joint here in the hip. You can hear it's kind of nice and tight there. So nice ball joint there. You have a thigh swivel. You have 90 degrees there in the knee. And then, of course, you have a really nice ball joint down here for the ankle. So he's got a lot of great articulation. So you can hear that I accidentally hit the button to get our first sound. The last bit of articulation is here in the tail. This is actually attached separately, or I should say included separately in the box, and you just pop it on the ball joint yourself. And there's some nice motion there. So I think he looks great. I really do like him quite a bit. If we bring in our Ultraman Blazar Ultra Action figure, you can see that they scale very nicely together. Earth Garon is supposed to be taller than him. If I have him stand up, It's so easy to hit that button when you're trying to move him around. So he is a little bit bigger. And you can see there that the eyes are lighting up when I hit the button, but we'll check that out more in a minute. I did it again. Because I naturally want to grab him around the waist, and that's right where the button is. The button is right there, but again, we'll get in there in a minute and check this out. So I just wanted to do a quick size comparison. And I think if you want, you could kind of put him in more of a squat, kind of Godzilla-esque position here. Pose, I should say. And I think they would scale even better. So I think these two look great together. Very, very happy to add this to the collection. I like having these two together. Now you just need to get some kaiju for them to fight. So, as I've already accidentally done several times, this is the button here. And if we get in close here, you can see this is where the speaker is here in his chest. So you just hit this button, and he's got, I think, 14 phrases to go through. So I want to show off the mouth and the light as I hit these. So you can see that both of those light up, which looks fantastic. And you can still open and close the mouth, and that doesn't hinder either of them lighting up. So you get some stomping sounds there. It kind of alternates between phrases and sound effects. All right, I think we've gone all the way through. So those are the 14 phrases / sound effects that you can get by repeatedly hitting that button. The other thing you can do is you can hold it down just to get some generic sound effects. If you don't want to go through the phrases, if you just want, like if you're playing with it and you just want to get the sound effects, you can just hold it down. So there's one. 2, and then there's a third one. So I think that's kind of cool if you just want some sound effects there. Kind of some screams and whatnot. But it's a fun figure. I think it looks great. I think the sound effects are really cool. I love the LEDs. I think that all works really well. And like I said, it scales well with the Blazar Ultra Action figure. Now the way the backpack piece goes, you can see there are 2 clips here. And when you have that attached, there's a button here that it presses down. And I'll try to just wedge it down real quick with something just to show you how this works. So that's with it attached. And then you can continually cycle through again to get new sound effects. Some of them are similar. I think the first couple. There you go. So it's talking about the cannon. And then you can hear when I take it out, it kind of powers down. So I don't want to go through all the phrases because I want to save some for when we actually get that piece and can attach it. But it's going to give them the 2 shoulder cannons, which I think look really cool. They call that kind of 2 or 0.2 or something like that. Mach 2, Mark 2, whatever. Not Mach 2, Mark 2. I don't know. It's an upgrade, obviously. So we'll get there. But yeah, I think this guy's really neat. I definitely recommend checking him out. I know they're doing a figurize as well. If you want a version of this guy that doesn't have the lights and sounds, that's an option as well. If you know, maybe you can get it a little bit cheaper because it doesn't have the electronics in it. But I think the electronics are a lot of fun. I think the posability is good. It would have been cool if they had maybe given you like an extra set of hands. Something like that would have been a cool option. But other than that, I'm pretty happy with them. I think it's a cool design, and I definitely like having someone to give some backup to Ultraman Blazar. I think that's really cool, and they make quite the dynamic duo here. So definitely recommend checking this out. But let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Please like, share, and subscribe. Hope you guys enjoyed the video, and as always, thanks so much for watching.